I saw this post in one of these magazines I read a couple of days ago, and it says how social media has changed the way we date. In that content, it explained that the reason why men no longer approach women is because men can go to social media, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and just DM a woman. But every man has experienced this. When you send a DM to a woman, there's a very, very big chance she will not respond. As a matter of fact, they will not even, it's almost like you don't exist. And I have a friend that is a dating coach. Shout out to you, my guy. I'm not going to mention his name. He's very, very popular on TikTok. He lives in Canada. He explained something to me. He said, most men come to this conclusion that when a woman is around, let's say outside of her peak, 27, 28, 30, 35, most men always come to the conclusion that there is something wrong with that woman. That's why she's single. He said no. He said there's this burden of, not burden of, for men have burden of performance. Women have this burden of selection. And he explained it in a way that I've never, because I was talking to him yesterday about this conversation. He said something. He said, I should put myself in the shoe of a woman. Let's say in a week, you get 200 DMs on dating apps, on social media from multiple guys. And you come into their profile. You see how good looking these men are. You would think you're the shit. You get what I'm saying? Offering you things that you can't even, you get what's in the talk where we say. And on dating site, especially on Hinge, where you see, you match, even if 5 over 10, it's 6 over 10 women, 5 over 10 women, you don't want to imagine how much match they get in a week. 500, 1,000. So he explained something to me that when that burden of selection gets higher, what women does is it becomes something to brag about among themselves that I have 2,000 guys in my DM. I have 3,000. I have 10,000. So it becomes something to flex upon. Now just imagine when you have all that options, because those are options. When you have that broad lens of options, and you eventually, because she will definitely go out with one of them, and she eventually goes out with one of them that she believes this one is the best of them, and that one starts to do anyhow, it fucks with their mind. It messes up with their psyche. Like, what? Out of all the options that I have, do you know who I am? Do you know, that's how you talk. And from a business standpoint, as an entrepreneur, I will say this. When your option is on that pedestal, when you are on that level of selection where it's almost like the whole world wants you, it is possible to place yourself on that much price tag that nobody wants to pay for. It's possible. And I will say this. Because obviously you can't be in relationship with them all. Social media gives you an opportunity to be, or let's say for the world to come to your doorstep. You have to take advantage of it. But understand that you don't have that much time to do that selection. Just the same way a man has burden of performance, women have burden of selection. You want to select one that is good for you, and you don't want to give off or give up what you're selling before you do your selecting. Let me explain. In Nigeria, we have something called Suya Sports. It is mostly being sold by the Abokis. Abokis are the northerners in Africa, in Nigeria, where if you want to buy suya is like assorted meat. You tell the Aboki man that, is this a good meat or a good assorted meat? He will say, yes. Okay, let me test it. He's going to cut a little bit of that meat for you, spice it up, and give it to you to eat. Then you say, Now check this out. If there are 2 buyers, one of them stands and is ready to buy from you, and another one just stood there and is just taking a piece of that product, just testing, one time, twice, three times, what do you think that other buyer is going to do? That other buyer is definitely not going to buy from you if that one is there testing it continuously. You are selling something, my love. Every woman in the world needs to know this. You're selling a product, and men are the buyers. It is a known fact, and you see other women teaching men, teaching themselves that go out there and date multiple men, sleep with as many as possible. You're not going to end up with the best option. It doesn't work like that, because business operates the same. You get me? There's a reason why we sign contracts before we get married to ourselves, because it is business. Love is good, but it is business, and you are selling something, and what you're selling is a product that has no value, or let's say it does not have a design value. It's just the value is meant to be too big, almost heights. You get me? So if somebody else has almost exhausted that product, you get me? So it's almost like you're selling a used, empty product to me. That's a loss. And most men know this. So what is going to happen if I come, let's say I come to to you, and I see somebody, I can perceive somebody else is testing that product, but they are not buying it. I'm not a fool now. Me too, I want to test now. And most women will try to use that product, say no. So if you tell me that, okay, using the analogy of the suya spot, and I see this guy standing there, 5 testing, 6, 10, 20 testing, and me, I'm there still waiting for you to, to sell for me. Okay, me too, I want testing. And you say, no, you cannot test. You have to pay before you buy. Why is this person different from me? It is the same mindset with men. You get me? You have to be very, very smart. And because, you are a woman, I don't think you operate like men. So you need to have elderly people around you, your mothers and your fathers, to do the selection for you, to vet people for you. Because your emotions will, he has a jawline, he has a chisel, if you see his chest, if you see his neck, if you see his mustache, that guy's lips. All that bullshit doesn't mean that guy is going to take care of you. You get me? Because on this podcast, in previous content, I've explained, if you want expensive dates, we can afford to take you there. But baby girl, we're going to give you prick and send you away after 3 months. May I speak blunt truth? Because I'm there right now, baby. I'm there right now. And I'm not trying to sleep with any of you. But yeah, be wise, be very, very intelligent, my love. As they go, and I'll tell you the blunt truth. Because you are the one that are selling something. And there are so many women in the world that are selling the same thing that you're selling. The difference is this. It is not all men in the world that can afford to buy what you are selling. Because the value of the product you're selling is just, it is the world. Men die for women. Maybe you don't know this. Men literally go to war for women. So your value is just, the value of your product is just too high. And it has to be high. And you have to know how valuable your product is. You get me? But we are not fools out here. You can't present yourself like your value is all that high to one man and give it on a platter to another man. It doesn't work like that. Go and work on your mind. Be well.